Good morning, everyone. Welcome to November 3rd, 2025. It is Monday, November 23rd. Monday. Okay, beautiful sunrise here. Beautiful because God is good to us. Just look at that sunrise. Good morning to everyone here. Let me get my other phone set up here and we will do our good mornings amongst us here. Oh, there goes the sniffies. I knew it as soon as I came out here. All right, my water. Get some water. Good morning, Emmy. Oh, Paula. Good morning, Paula. Good morning. I was just talking to Dora a little bit ago. I got sidetracked talking to her. Let's see. Good morning, Miss M. Good morning, Debbie Sue. Good morning. Morning, Joey. Joey says, can please everyone hit the like button? Thank you. Thank you, Joey. Good morning, my gorgeous husband. In my eyes, he is. Morning, Sally and everyone. Sorry, I will be driving shortly and I will listen. That is fine. That's fine. Thank you for telling us. Good morning, Braden. Morning, honey. How are ya? Okay. Now I'm all set up here. Good morning, Dean. I just flashed over to your live. Good morning, love. Good morning, Drea, love. Beautiful name. Beautiful name. Well, thank you. Thanks for coming into the chat. Thank you, everybody. Welcome, Drea Love. I love meeting new friends. Sorry to hear that, Emily. She said her mom is in the hospital. We'll keep her in your prayers. What's her first name? And we also want to keep Mrs. Paula's adopted internet son, Edward. His girlfriend of many years passed away in a car accident, which is devastating because he's just a young guy. He's in a place right now where he's feeling some horrible sorrow, and I have a feeling he's a little bit mad at God. But let's keep him in your prayers, and his girlfriend. I'm not sure of her name. If Paul is here, let me know. But please pray for Edward. Yes, his girlfriend, and I think he's been together with her for many years, but it's hard when you're young and you don't understand why those kind of things happened. Yeah, Debbie Sue, you already knew about it, but it really saddened my heart. I heard about it on the way home from Erie. Levi is at the place there, and I guess I didn't give her all the records of him, and I have to look for some things today. She kept texting me, and I was like, oh my gosh, do I need to go back and get him? Because I don't want trouble, She was just, whew. But we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. But on the way there, I was changing my mind, and Daryl said, stop it. He was yelling at me, not being patient with me. But I kept praying for, because being raised as a Catholic, you get that Catholic guilt, boy. Sheesh. But I did buy them their McDonald's plain cheeseburger because that's what they always get after the vet. I, of course, take the bread off because dogs can't really have bread, but they had a little cheeseburger and everything. And I guess Gabriel's sleeping in today because Daryl said he didn't want to go out, and I kind of just whoop the steps and out the door. So I didn't check him, but I will when I go back in. He's probably like, "Why isn't there any howling?" Because when Daryl leaves in the morning, that's when Levi starts. Good morning, Mark. Yeah, I didn't have anything on it, only the hamburger and the cheese. Yes, I know onions are deadly for them. Yeah, and I eat a lot of onions. Also, did you know grapes were not good for them? And my Cocker Spaniel Gertie, and it's also Shadow, they loved grapes, and we fed them to them. They would catch the grapes, and then I found out years later the grapes are bad for them. But she lived to be 17 years old. So I don't know, but she loved carrots too, those little baby carrots. These dogs don't want anything to do with vegetables. Um, Good morning. Yeah, chocolate too. Good morning, Netherland. I just scrolled up. Good morning. Good morning to you. Hello, Rhonda, my love, my beautiful friend too. All my sunshine girls are coming in. This sunrise is just so beautiful. Good morning, Mohammed. Is that how you say it? Good morning. Here, I'm gonna try something different here, guys. Let me see. Hold on one little moment here. I was just talking about Paula. I was just telling them about Edward. Do you know the girlfriend's name? First name? Paula? No sun in Philadelphia, Mark. What's it supposed to be today, Daryl? What's the temperature supposed to be? It's probably not open your windows and air out the house day. Oh, right. I went down the steps to see if I can get a shot with the sunrise without those darn telephone lines. Okay, well, we'll just say that. Oh, looky there. Paula enters and so does Justin. Something shady there. Oh, yeah. He says hi to Paula and then he goes, oh, yeah. Hi, Sally. Oh, a high of 54 degrees. There, Paula. Now you got to put all your exclamation points. Remember yesterday you said that because you saw him on your live? You rode together. Oh, Justin, don't take me serious, honey. I'm just playing around here. Um, Paula gets it. Paula gets it. But yeah, we were praying for Edward. I was putting putting a good morning, Captain George. I didn't see you come in, or did you just get here? Did you just get here, George? Okay. Yes, look at this sunrise. It's so gorgeous. Um, yeah, I went down the steps here because I'm up above. I, other people say, like Tracy always says, I don't really see the power lines because that's the way I saw that all my, where she lives. And I said, but I see those stupid power lines. Oh my goodness. And Justin saying good morning to Dee. You boys are going to have, Justin and Daryl, going to have a birthday pretty soon. What are you guys doing for your birthday? Daryl's going to be 61. How old are you going to be, Justin? Oh, you're on the ocean, George? Okay. Good morning from the ocean. Oh, yes. Don't forget to hit the like button. Pretty good. Okay. All right. Well, if anybody enters, please welcome them for me because I will not be able to read while I'm reading this. So, um, today's theme was from my book that goes by the day of the week. It's freedom. I walk in freedom along the paths of life. Each day is an opportunity to live more fully from my spiritual nature. Spiritual freedom means there is an enduring reality beyond the limits and confines of worldly experience. This understanding helps me to keep my life in proper perspective. Even if I have obligations to meet or other demands on my time, I can return my attention to the realm of spirit, where I am perfectly and completely free and unfettered. Good morning, Share Bear. I am liberated as I claim my spiritual freedom, knowing I choose my thoughts, I choose my feelings, and I choose my reactions. Even if I feel limited by my current circumstances, I can still do my inner spiritual work to claim my freedom in prayer and manifest it in my life. How true is that, huh? And how the reactions of, how I tell you, like when someone says snide remarks or something, you have a reaction. You can either ignore it, let go, let God, let them, like Mel Robbins, her book, let them. Um, or you can, react to it and let them get their way. But I choose to be quiet lately. I used to be, defensive and things like that in my younger years, but it's not worth it. Not worth it all. So it says from Galatians chapter 5, verse 1. For freedom, Christ has set us free. Stand firm, therefore, and do not submit again to a yoke of slavery. And is Cheryl here? Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning. Yes, hashtag freedom. Oh, yes. We have to also pray for all the people. I was reading how people lost their SNAP benefits, and a lot of them have little children. So I was reading about that this morning, and let's pray for those people that they're able to find food. I did call my brother and see. I told him, come in my pantry and get anything you want. Just take whatever you want. And so, because he gets about 1,000 a month, has to cover his rent, all of his utilities, you know, his car insurance and everything. So it's hard to make ends due, for all of that. Because he'll never work again. He has so many things from that car accident, and so he's tried to go back to work, but he can't, bend over certain ways. And good morning. Is that Dave the Matt man Davely? Davely? Are you mad at somebody? Me? No. No, I'm not mad at anybody right now. My heart's a little sad because I had it, rehome my dog. But nope, I'm not mad at anybody. Are you mad at anybody, honey? Do you need to talk about something? I am not mad at anyone. No, I don't have time for that in my life. I really don't. I have so much going on, so many positive things going on that I don't need that. Um so okay. Um it says from Proverbs 24:14, it says, "Know that wisdom is thus for your soul. If you find it, then there will be a free future and your hope will not be cut off. When I search for wisdom, I can be sure I will find it in you, God. Why would I attempt to find it anywhere other than the source of wisdom itself? Your ways are not outdated, nor are they out of touch. Your ways are always the best, and your solutions are perfect and full of understanding." Good morning, Focus. How are you, kiddo? I haven't seen you in a while. When I am lacking hope for my future, I lean into your presence, God. You are full of answers. Fill me to overflowing with your love that pushes back the fears that keep worries swirling around in my head. Give me peace that brings clarity to every confusion. You are reliable. You will come through for me. God of all wisdom, I need you to lead me into life. I have reached the end of my knowledge. I'm desperate to know what your solutions for my life are. Bring peace as I wait on you. With your love alive in my heart, I will confidently walk forward toward hope. And remember how we did that reading the other day, and God was saying that he gives us a little glimpse, just enough to, keep you going, but then he just goes back, and then, you have to, become strong, and he's developing us into who we are. Justin says, "Hey, Paula, was it good to have my at your me at your live 12 hours ago?" I'm sure it was. She was excited to see you. Goodness gracious, Justin. Um, Focus says, "I am great. Thanks for asking. What about you?" Yes, I am doing great. Look at this sunrise. I mean, who can ask for anything greater? The sun shining in the morning. Oh, that means I won't be working in the basement tonight because today I don't want to work when it's you know, uh, in the basement when it's nice out. Because it's so dark down there. We call it the dungeon or the washer and dryer. I'm trying to go through all my clothes and stuff from when I taught because I don't need all that stuff. And I'm sure there's someone out there that could use it. So, all right. It goes on to say, beware of seeing yourself through other people's eyes. There are several dangers to this practice. First of all, it's nearly impossible to discern what others actually think of you. Moreover, their views of you are variable, subject to each viewer's spiritual, emotional, and physical condition. The major problem with letting others define you is that it borders on idolatry. Your concern to please others dampens your desire to please me, your creator. It is much more real to see yourself through my eyes. How true is that, guys? My gaze upon you is steady and sure, untainted by sin. Through my eyes, you can see yourself as one who is deeply, eternally loved. Rest in my loving gaze, and you will receive deep peace. Respond to my loving presence by worshiping me in spirit and in truth. Okay, and enjoy your day, Focus. Um, you're saying go Sally. Why are you saying go Sally? Oh shoot. Um, let's see. Did I miss something? Cool, sister. Thank you. How was my bear joke? I didn't see a bear joke. Oh my goodness. Hey, Paula, I don't know if I said hi to you or not. Hey, Van Girl Cheryl. There's my girl. Hey, Van Girl. Beautiful sunrise, Sally. Good morning, Sally. Have a fabulous day. Are you leaving already, Van Girl Cheryl? Does everybody know Van Girl Cheryl? She is an awesome person. I love her personality. I love her little bit of attitude. She's awesome. Um, but I think, God has us meet people certain. I just love, she made me smile the one day. She was singing a song that she knows from childhood like me, but I learned it from Dionne Warwick, and she learned hers from, oh shoot, I just lost the name in my head. But raindrops keep falling on my head. Who was that singer? It's in my head here. But she sang the whole song perfectly. And I hope you didn't get copyrighted because I would love to watch that video again. Van Girl Cheryl. Oh my gosh. Um she had me smiling because that was the first song that I really got to listen to, because when I was a kid I was not allowed to listen to music. And my uncle gave me that album because I just fell in love with it. BJ Thomas. And, yeah, so I wasn't, and my uncle, God love him, my godfather, he gave me this album, right? I didn't have a record player. He gave it to me, but, I'm thinking, "Okay," and I'm taking it home, and I'm like, "Well, I don't have a record player." And then you know what? I was only about 7 or 8, and, um, I put it in the back window of our car because we were traveling from I don't know if Yvonne's here, but we were traveling from Pittsburgh to Minnesota back home. And I had it in the back window. And guess what happened to my album? It was no more. It melted in the sun of the window. So, that's where I learned, oh, vinyl doesn't do well in the sun. Um, yeah, but she sang that song to me. I'm saying that you sang it to me, Cheryl, because, you know, you're a good person, and I know you think I'm a great person too. So you made that video just for me, Cheryl. I know you did. Hello, Akash. How are you, darling? But I just love listening to you sing that song. But yeah, you have to check out my girl, Van Girl Cheryl. And she does some cooking and different things. Are you hello, how are you, Akash? Let me finish this reading here. I'm getting sidetracked as I always do. This is from Hebrews chapter 11 verse 6. And without faith it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. How about that? Okay, you sing it to me anytime. Oh, and without faith, it is impossible to believe. Wait, and without faith, it is impossible to please God. Now, listen to this, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. That's from Hebrews 11:6. So that's just that's the word. And then from Romans 5, verse 5. And hope does not disappoint us, because God has poured out his love into our hearts by the Holy Spirit, whom he has given us. And then we have John chapter 4, 23 and 24. Yet a time is coming and has now come when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and truth. For they are the kind of worshipers the Father seeks. God is spirit, and his worshipers must worship in spirit and in truth. So everyone's saying hello to my girl Cheryl. Hey, I'm a poet and didn't even know it. See that, Cheryl? I'm hanging out with you. I'm getting all these singing. Oh, I don't know. I got to hang out with you more often. Um, but like all of the things that we do each day, reflect on our personality and our character. So if, like I was telling my son when they were younger, I said, the friends you pick show, who you are. So if you hang out with, idiots who are going to push little kids down and stuff, then they're going to think that you're one of those, even if you didn't push one of those little kids down. Hey, Haley, how are you? I wonder, did Ashley come in yet? I haven't seen her. She announced that she was pregnant with twins, and I haven't seen her. But yeah, so that's what I always told my students too, like, be careful who you pick your friends because that becomes part of who you are. And um it is, I definitely feel older. What do you feel older about, Daryl? Hey Big D, December 4th is coming and sooner than Christmas. Hmm. How are you, Haley? Welcome back. Um, Thank you guys for hitting the like button. I really appreciate that. Um, but like this reading here from scripture, God wants us to like, if you're a Christian, you should act like one, and then people will see how you act, and your acts of kindness, like, sometimes I let people in front of me in the line, and it's like, well, maybe sometime they'll see that they have a big cart or something, and someone has two or three kids and a kid that's screaming. Well, sure, you should let that person in front of you, don't you think? Because first of all, they're behind you and you have to get all your stuff rung up, and that's like 15 minutes of listening to a child scream. Or would you just like to take 5 minutes, let them get rung up, and get the heck out of there, right? So it's kind of a selfish reason too, if you think about it. So it's all in how you think about it. So, but anyway, that's my thoughts on that. That's my philosophy toward having character in the readings today. Anybody else have any thoughts for any of that we talked about today about freedom and all of that? Pay it forward. Yes. Cheryl, you get me. Girl, I'm telling you. Um, there are so many people so busy, Cheryl, and they're tapping their foot. And yeah, I usually have stuff in my cart because I have that problem. But I've always done that, and I'm not, playing the martyr here, but I just try to lead by example. And same thing with my students, my kindergartners. I'm always polite to them, and I say yes and yes, please, and that, and I showed them how to do a handshake. I showed them not to give their hand extended like a wet noodle. Do you know what I'm talking about when someone shakes your hand and it's like a wet noodle? Um, I love to say hello to someone. I'd rather give them a hug, but when they extend their hand and they give me their hand and they don't give you a firm handshake and a wet noodle, like being on interviews and stuff like that, it's like, so I taught my kids, you know what? Here's how you give a handshake. Here's how you blow your nose. Please, I had to teach them that because they had it everywhere. Yeah, wet noodle handshakes are the worst. That's fine, Em. Nobody has said anything about you, sweetheart. Nope, you don't have to be in the chat. You can just quietly listen. It's not a big deal, honey, at all. Really, it's not. Um, so that's what I don't know. I taught these kids how to do like, oh my goodness. I know I'm going a side strike. Yes, kindness and manners, yes, sir. Because a lot of them, like their families would let them win at checkers or Candyland or anything. And sometimes when I have games in my classroom, and when we have inside recess, and sometimes I would just take, during social studies, because it's social skills, right? I would let them play games and I would tell them, when I would explain to them beforehand, like sometimes you're not going to win. You have to, how you feel when you win, then that's how they feel. And you have to give them a chance to feel that way too. So everybody has a chance to win, and we should be good sports. We should be happy for someone when they're, hip hip hooray, when they win a race. And even if you don't win the race, it's okay because it's all about um, other people's feelings and how we feel when we get something that we like. So, I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yes, I used to teach kindergarten, and I miss it so much. I hate being retired. I hate it so much. But I'm working on it. I'm working on a plan. Um, so uh, it's so important for the young kids, before, they get out into the stained, I call it the stained world of, you know, being rude, and they see their older siblings being like that. If I can just instill in just a couple of those kids, and I'm sure Paula knows what I'm talking about because she was an elementary counselor, just instill that, get it instilled in their brains that, there's another way. You don't have to be, the one who gives, the lap smacking, jokes about people and making people feel bad, just trying to get a laugh out of someone. It's like you don't need to do that. Yeah, my friend Kelly's a teacher, and she was suggesting that, but I have to be with the kids, Cheryl. I'm a hugger. I love interacting with them, and it's just it's too formal for me. I like to tell them jokes and things like that. So, and I love playing games with them. I couldn't play a board game with them, if I was online. But yeah, I've thought about that. And I even thought, Cheryl, I even thought about starting a small little program here at my house. And I was getting everything, okay, I got all the stuff downloaded from, which is a lot, from the online. And um, I was saying, okay, I gotta get the plug covers. Da, 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 da. Then I went to the part where I called in to ask them about having insurance coverage, and you have to be insured up to $1 million. They told me this is what Pennsylvania told me. In case God forbid, someone would sue you if a child got hurt. Um, because I'll tell you what, this one girl, she had patent leather shoes on. And I told her mom, do not wear those because they run around on the concrete and in the asphalt out there at recess, and she's gonna fall. Well, she kept wearing them, and she slid, and it was the day before, I believe it was day before or day of school picture day, and her name was Meredith. She fell and skinned her nose and her chin, and her mother's like, "Why weren't you watching her?" Well, first of all, I don't have recess duty on that day. Okay. Second off, you put those shoes on her after I told you she's gonna fall. They're slippery. They're like, walking on ice with snow on it. So, okay, Justin, um, so I I was, she went to the principal and everything about that. So, it's just like, I could never do that. I could never go to one of my child's parents or one of my child's teachers and be like, "You know, her face is scarred for life." How many of us got skin chins? I mean, we're not scarred for life. Yes. Why? I'm telling you, when you work for a school where they pay tuition, Paula, listen to this, Paula, because when you work for a school where they pay tuition, they think they own you. Okay. It's just the way it is. They think I pay all this money to come here, and they think that the teachers get paid a lot, where in reality I was paid 23,000 a year, 23,800, and that was my act of charity for the church. Okay. That's the only reason I agreed to work for that amount of money, plus all the money that I put into my classroom so my students would have everything they needed because it wasn't always supplied to us. So, um, oh no, my kids didn't treat me anyway. That was their parents. Justin, I love my kids. Uh, I'll tell you, Paula, when I moved to Idaho and I was given that wish list, like you get certain amount of money and you can go in the catalog and pick what you need for your classroom. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" It's like handing me a credit card. Daryl saying, "Here's a credit card, hon. You go get what you want," you know? And that's never gonna happen. But So I could order the kind of paper, like all the projects that I was going to do through the year. And I mean, I got a lot of things paid for that I usually paid out of my own pocket. So, yeah. Yeah, it was, but that like I said, that was my act of charity. Um, Good morning, Cruel. Cruel. Am I saying your name right, love? I hope I'm not saying your name wrong, but good morning, darling. How are you today? I hope everything's well with you. We have a beautiful sunrise here, and my heart is so happy because I just have all of you here, and um, I just really look forward. You can ask Daryl, right, Daryl? Don't I look forward to this every day? So my daughter is a high school teacher. They are on strike at the moment. Yeah, there's a lot of schools like that. Thank you, Cruel. Thank you very much. Um, so Justin wants to know, is that fight Cruel? Cruel? I don't know. Is that your given name, honey? Is that your given name or just a name you use online? Um, So yeah, Cheryl, I love children that much. In fact, I would I would even consider, having a classroom and not even getting paid because that's how much I miss being with the children because it just it's like a lifeline thing with me. I don't know how to explain it. I would laugh, Cheryl, on my way to work. I would giggle on my way to work when I worked at kindergarten. I'd say they actually pay me for this. I loved my job. There was never a morning that I got up that I not did not want to go there. I just every one of them with their personalities and rambunctious ones and then the little mother hens, they all have their little part in our little community or society there at the school, like they all had their part, like we had the botanist who would do the plants for us and it was just a great joy to be a kindergarten teacher, but I'm not done. I'm 60 years old. I just turned 60. Geez Louise, I'm not done. I still have life in me. And like I was telling Paula, all my kid jokes are going to waste. My kids got me. They like my jokes. So, but until then, I just have to entertain you guys with my childish behavior and my goofy dances, which I know you don't have to tell me I do not have any rhythm, but that's okay. I am focusing on making you laugh because laughter is good for the soul. And even if it's laughing at me, I don't care. And yeah, I just I like being silly because it just it lets you release from the real world. That's like people ask, why do people watch reality shows? Because it escapes. Why do I watch so many people on YouTube? Because it's an escape from your reality. What a great feeling to be looking forward to your workday. Kids are great. Yes, they are. Even with their little drama things that go on and stuff. Now, fourth grade, when I taught fourth grade, that's when they get in their little cliques. Those girls are not very nice. And then 8th grade, then their cliques, they get vicious on the other girls, like the smart girls, but, they were nice to them when they wanted their homework and that, but, oh, those girls were so mean, and if they PMS'd, oh, man, that was even worse. So, yeah, kids and animals, those are my thing. Kids and animals, they get me. So, uh, it's gonna be a great day, guys. Don't you agree? It's gonna be a great day. I think it's gonna be a great day. What do they say? It's a great day to have a great day, right? All right. So let me take Justin on his little trip here and move it here for a minute so I can see my friends over here. Just like that, there I am. I just want to see what everybody's doing today. Um, I love kid jokes, Sally. I used to make a weekly video for teachers to show kids on Mondays. Some teachers actually showed them, and I do kid jokes. I love it. Oh, look, it's cold out here. Steaming here. Daryl and Justin, they love my little ride I give them. Today is going to be a good day, even though my mom's in the hospital. Think positive. She'll get better. Think positive. Thank you, Paula. It's my confetti print. It's my confetti print, and I like them a lot. I have those transition ones too. They turn to because my eyes are light, and when I go out in the sun, I squint. That's where I got all these here. These ones. These ones here are old people wrinkles. But everyone, it's a great day to have a great day, and I don't know. I'm just every day I have a plan, right? I have a plan, and I go in there and I start watching your videos, Paula and Debbie Sue and Rhonda, um, and I lose hours of time. So I'm trying not to do that today. So your hours, your watch hours might go down a little bit because I'm trying to do a video in response to the video when Paula cleaned your kitchen. What was that, 2 weeks ago, Paula? I have to go, Sally. Have a fabulous day and see you soon. I'll see you in the video because I'll probably go in there and watch a video. We fall back an hour today, so it's 5:47. Okay, okay. It's 7:47 here, love. All right, Cheryl, thanks for stopping by. So, I always have a plan, and then I do that. So I'm like, I'm not going to sit down, and I usually have breakfast, and that's when I sit down and turn on the thing there. Rhonda is here. I know I said good morning to her today. She's right there. Yeah, she's in the bushes, Justin. Leave her alone. She has plans too. But all right, guys, I don't want to keep you too long. It's only 43 minutes, but you're welcome, honey. And she says thank you to everyone. Goodbye, Van Girl Cheryl. I don't want to say goodbye. I'll say see you later. Or how about this? I'll see you when I see you, Van Girl Cheryl. Yeah, it's okay. Justin needs to mind his own. Mind your own, Justin. So, all right, guys, I'll see you when I'll see you. And have a great day. And smile and do something nice for someone else. Okay? This world is crazy, but I'm the craziest. Love you. Bye.